All right, let's talk about something we all know, that gut feeling. We're going to dive into the surprising science behind it because, it turns out that listening to your body, it's not just some old saying. It's actually a super powerful tool for making way better decisions.
I mean, come on, you've totally been there, right? You get that nagging feeling that something's just not quite right. You push it down, ignore it, and then bam, later on you're kicking yourself. But what if that feeling wasn't just random? What if it was more than just a coincidence?
So, yeah, let's get right into it. That gut feeling. We all have it. It's like this built in internal compass. But what is it, really? I mean, where does it actually come from?
Well, what's so cool is that modern science is basically confirming this isn't just some old folk wisdom. That flutter you get in your stomach, that's a real, actual biological signal, and it's being sent directly to your brain. And this right here, this leads us to a really powerful connection, one that most of us totally overlook. The link between our gut and our brain is so significant that a lot of scientists are actually calling the gut our second brain. How wild is that?
Okay, so to really get this connection, we gotta do a quick dive into something called neurotransmitters. Just think of them as these little chemical messengers, like tiny couriers running around in your brain. They're carrying all the signals that control, well, pretty much everything, from how you're feeling to what you're thinking.
Basically, your brain's entire operating system runs on these things. They're the reason we can process facts and logic, why we feel emotions. They're how we make sense of the entire world. But here's the kicker. This is where it gets really surprising. It turns out your gut, yeah, your gut, is helping to produce a ton of the very same neurotransmitters. We're talking about the microbes in there being little chemical factories. For instance, something like 90% of your body's serotonin, the feel-good chemical, is made in your gut. So when you feel like your gut is off, it's not just in your head. It's literally sending chemical signals that your brain is hardwired to pick up on. Now, what's really important to get here is that this is not a battle between analytical thinking and intuitive thinking. It's not one versus the other. Gut feelings are not here to replace cold, hard facts. The best way to think about it is like this. Your intuition is a partner to your logical, analytical mind. It's a guide, especially when you're facing a decision that really taps into your core values. Okay, so knowing the science behind all this is super cool, right? But the real question is, how do we actually listen to these signals? How do we put this knowledge to good use in our own lives? Well, it's actually a pretty straightforward three-step process. Step one is just to recognize the feeling. Notice that knot in your stomach or that general sense of unease, that feeling that something's off. Step two, acknowledge it. Don't just dismiss it because it doesn't seem logical. And finally, step three is to ask why. Get a little curious. 9 times out of 10, that feeling is a big red flag that a decision you're about to make is rubbing up against one of your personal values. And this quote just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? That feeling of discomfort, it really is a powerful indicator. It's basically your body's built-in alarm system telling you, hey, hold on a second, pause. Let's figure out what's really going on here.
All right, so let's wrap this all up. Let's pull everything together into the big takeaways. Okay, here's what you really need to remember. First off, your gut and your brain are constantly talking to each other with chemicals. Second, those gut feelings, they're often a heads up that a choice you're facing doesn't align with your values. Third, and this is huge, your intuition is a guide. It doesn't replace facts. The whole point is to use them together. Think of them as your own personal powerhouse decision-making team.
And so that leaves us with just one final question for you. Just take a second right now. Check in with yourself. After hearing all of this, what is your gut telling you?